Hi guys, it's been a long time. How are all of y'all
Hey,
doing?
hi.
Hello guys.
After so long, we all are meeting here. We're seeing each other's faces.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
bro. Actually, if you ask me, this time it's very good for me. I spent after 3 years with Diwali with my family. What about you, Samrat?
Yeah, bro, it's been so long away from college. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
now
but we
it's
Spending a
still
lot
better.
have
of time with
assignments to
family.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
let's
have
move on to
assignments
this.
to
Yeah.
do. So let's move on to our assignment. And today we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about Airbnb, and we're going to analyze the company, and we're going to talk about all the aspects, quantitative and qualitative, to find out their marketing schemes that they have used to become what they have to do. And Pranav is just going to talk about the introduction now.
yeah. I will be covering the history of the company and the current status product life cycle. I will be covering that part.
And after that, I'll talk about the market targeting and the segmentation part. Then
Yeah,
Tosh.
and once he's done with that, I'm going to be taking the SWOT analysis. I'm going to talk about the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And
Finally, I'll be talking about the 7 P's of the market.
yeah, and now we're going to move on to the introduction, which is going to be taken by Pranav.
Airbnb. The company started with a journey of three friends from San Francisco, Joe Grabia, Brian Chesky, Nathan Blakeroy. Brian basically the current CEO of the company. The company started with the business Airbnb, like air, bed, and breakfast. Their initial model was to rent air, bed, and sold breakfast. They sold around 800 pieces of breakfast during election time, and they charged 3% as host fee and 20% experience fee. Now, as every company comes into saturation, like in the famous background, you also see business saturation to aata hi hai. Like that, in 2015, company saturated at the 70% market share. So in 2016, they introduced Airbnb expenses to promote the growth of the company. Next, moving on to the company, main aim is to earn profit. So they did pretty well. Like three friends starting 2008 to September 20, 3 million hosts, and the initial revenue $30,000 to $4.4 billion of funding. And there is a basically a investment company also. They invest in various different companies. So coming on to current status, due to this pandemic, the Brian Chesky, CEO of the company, told that it took 12 years to build Airbnb, and now they lost almost everything in 6 weeks. The valuation is almost very decreased from 31 billion to 26 billion dollar, but they got initially good fundings from many different companies like Silver Lake. Now, product life cycle, the company I believe is in growth stage because they launched their IPO in many stock exchanges with the pros business plan. Their financials are also good. Their cash flows are also positive, and they is almost touching every market. So Verbo is their main competitor. They compete in terms of review and all. Thank you.
So now coming to the target market on who Airbnb is going to target. Airbnb does not host its own like houses, or it does not own any property. So it needs to target both the host who would host their house or part of the house to the guests who would want to stay and earn some revenue from it. And also the same is for experiences. Airbnb does not have its own employees who teach or who showcase the experience, who give experiences to the people who want to learn, but it needs to target the people who want to share these experiences. Now coming to the market segmentation, we can segment it into based on demographic segmentation, behavioral and psychographic segmentation. In demographic segmentation, we divide it based on age, life cycle, stage and occupation. While in behavioral, we see the degree of loyalty, benefits that they are seeking, personality, and the user status. While coming to the social class, in psychographic, we can divide it into social class and lifestyle of the customers. Now, Toshin.
So now I'm going to be talking about the SWOT analysis of Airbnb. SWOT analysis is nothing but strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I'm going to be talking about each of them, and you can see the rest of it. The strengths of Airbnb is it has a large and well-established brand. It expands its products by introducing new types of things like experiences, etc. It is a cheaper alternative to hotels and has a good social media presence, a good customer service, and a global recognition, which are all the strengths of Airbnb. Going on to the weaknesses, laws and regulation violations. It is very hard for them to keep a common way to build things depending upon the laws and violations, which laws and regulations which are different in each country. Poor hosts also cause a black mark to Airbnb, and it's easy to copy its business model. Hence, a lot of competitors enter the market. Going on to the opportunities of Airbnb. BNB, they have an opportunity to expand into the emerging markets, expand its product, mobile app usage, and low price and personal touch, which is what they are known for. And finally, the threats, again, it comes down to the laws and regulation violations, the lawsuits which they have to pay if they violate the laws, and the competitors. Now, during the COVID situation, in order to combat what has happened, Airbnb came up with something known as online experiences, which was a major part in trying to combat the coronavirus. Yeah. Now it goes on to Samrit.
So 7 P's, starting with product. Airbnb follows proposition of earning money to find their own passion. There are a variety of services in its marketing mix. So next is price. It charges 3% service fees along with 12 to 15% fees also is charged based on type of ad campaign that is chosen. Next is the physical evidence. There is no physical location present and no contact service. You can only contact them through FAQs and through email, and reviews improve their credibility. Next is place. It went from one place, that is San Francisco in 2007, to now it is based in 191 different countries. Next, I'll be talking about people. It is expanded at 191 countries and there are over 200 million guests and it's expanding day by day. So now the process to book a place is through their app, and you can also contact the local local host to ensure your booking. Next, the last one is the promotion. There is mix of marketing channels. It also includes outdoor and advertising and digital marketing through which they do their promotions and expand. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and now from here, we're going to go to the Airbnb website, where we are going to talk about how the website is user-friendly and promotes the selling of the website. As you can see, it's a very user-friendly website where you can choose the location you want to stay, check-in, check-out dates, and number of guests. You can either choose a place to stay, an experience, or during COVID times, an online experience that you want to experience. You can choose entire homes, cabins and cottages, unique stays, or pet-friendly locations. And thus people can choose what and how they want to stay, where they want to stay in the world. You can choose the experiences that you want to do, online experiences that people do, experiences in person, whether it's cooking class, trekking, adventures, beach, swimming, hiking, and everything can be experienced through the Airbnb website that you can see over here. And thus you can also become a host by looking at the options here, and you can host your own home. Okay, you can host an online experience or host an experience through this website. Thus, it not only caters to the consumers, but to the hosts as well. This is their marketing scheme that they use. They don't only target consumers of the products, they also target the people who produce the products.
Airbnb also has this luxury Airbnb Lux. So it also targets the high-end consumers and customers who would want to stay in like high-end houses. And
we're going to talk about the conclusion of our project. And here we're going to say that Airbnb has a lot of scope to improve in the future if we can tap the emerging markets of Middle East and the African nations. And if we can improve the customer satisfaction to about 90% and reduce the lawsuits that it makes, it can improve this way.
True.
And we thank you for watching this video.
Yeah,
till the very end.
Thank you.